Listen up! You are now listening to News with My Fiancé with DJ Ambush and Morgan Jones.
Great morning. Great morning.
Hello?
It's not just a great morning. It's a great week. Does anyone care to know why?
I care to know why.
You care to know why?
Yeah, why?
Because it was your birthday this week.
Mine?
Yes, it was.
It was my birthday this week.
It was your birthday this week. It still feels like it's your birthday, man.
Well, you know.
And your presence is a present. Huh?
You jumped on it.
All right.
You jumped on it.
Boom, 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 boom.
But I like presents. You know?
Oh, man.
And I could use a few more.
I feel you.
But what a wonderful week, with the exception of it about to be 90 degrees today.
No, really? Is it seriously?
87, 88, something like that.
I gotta wear shorts today. This is a bit much.
Yeah, you'll be
Woo!
hot in the hot tub, as they say.
Oh, gosh. I gotta stop complaining, you know? What would I rather have right now? Do I want rain and gloom? No, I don't.
I don't know what you want, you know? I don't want to presume to know.
Okay, fair enough.
But I know that the sweltering Philadelphia heat, you know, has trained you for moments like this.
It has.
Whereas I don't want it. So I would take the rain over the 90 right now.
A little bit of a sprinkle.
But not if it's hot. I'm not asking for a tropical rain.
I don't know. Those are pretty dope.
They are. I don't want one right now.
Okay.
Not the birthday present I'm looking for.
Gotcha. No, understood. Makes sense.
I did get I got a couple of birthday presents. I believe that one was from our dear friend Austin, who has left the country for good reasons. And that was one Justin Timberlake being arrested on my birthday. I mean, you know, when you see the folks from the Mickey Mouse Club that made it through the tumultuous teens, you know, unscathed, if you will, and then they also get to how would we say, exploit a black woman on one of the world's biggest stages.
Correct, Mundo.
And their career skyrockets from there. When they make it through all of the parts where they're not supposed to, or I guess the rough patch for many of them.
Hurt people.
And then it's 44 years old and you're like, now's the time.
Did you hear the conspiracy theory around that?
No. What's happening?
Okay. So, you know I love these things.
I know.
The theory is that because his tour isn't projected to do well.
Okay. Whoa. This is not what I was expecting at all. All right.
Exactly. The album is not being received as well as people thought it would be. The tour is not projected to do well. You get this DUI. You get in some legal trouble. You can no longer go on tour. The tour is insured.
Oh.
And then he gets to cancel the tour. Whoa.
That's a pretty long way to say I'll be back with a different album. I mean...
And they posted it next to his mugshot where he's smiling, and it's like, this is one of the best mugshots ever.
It is a pretty great mugshot.
Feels like, you know, he's where he wants to be. I was like, that's all right, Mulder. I'll take that. I'll take it.
I just want to make sure that we are, in fact, on air because we have not received a text message yet, and it's almost 10 minutes in. So,
nah, I feel you.
Are you guys having trouble waking up today too? I got really lucky. Okay.
What happened?
So my body is now not hearing my alarm.
Yeah.
So my watch wakes me up because it's like a soft little, little vibrate on your wrist. My watch was dead last night, so I put it on the charger. But I wake up multiple times in the night, and I said to myself, just put it on when you go to the bathroom at some, when you wake up. I never did.
Oh.
I woke up at 6:04.
Wow. All on your own.
All on my own.
All by myself.
And I forgot what day it was. So I was about to snuggle back in and was like, wait, is it? Popped out and showed folks.
You did.
Yep.
You did. Wow. Okay.
It was a scary moment.
Yeah. No. Anytime you sleep past your alarm, then you wake up. Especially if it's daylight when you wake up.
Which is exactly what it was.
It's fear. It's a horror movie.
And the moment of being like, oh, I can go back to sleep. It's only 6 something. Like, oh, no.
It's dread.
Get up. Fast. So I got lucky. I don't know. Thank you, Granny, or someone who woke me up.
Yeah, right. That soft nudge came from the other side. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Speaking of nudges coming from the other side, thank you for sharing that trailer for the Exorcism movie with me.
Oh, yes.
On the Twitters. X, if you will. I'm going to tell you the truth. First time I saw that trailer, I was like, are we going to get the Pope's Exorcist 2, or are you just going to move and just do a completely different film, Mr. Crow? I need you to stay in continuity. Stay in your own multiverse, if you will, sir. And give me the continuum to the excellent film that is Pope Exorcist 2. Don't just jump into a whole other, I'm going to watch it, though. Let's be clear. I will certainly watch it.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
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 I figured you'd be there for it.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
This just in, Travis Scott was arrested as well.
For what?
Disorderly intoxication and trespassing in Miami.
That Travis Scott. I
wonder what's going on over there.
Yeah. In Miami.
Yeah.
You know what? You got another gift.
I did. Which one are you talking about?
I'm referring to delivered by Amazon last night. That old K-Dot concert. Congratulations to you on your birthday week.
Ken and Friends pop out, or maybe it goes the other way. The pop out. Ken and Friends. Listen. Sensational. I missed the first hour and some change.
Same.
I was able to start listening right at the beginning of DJ Mustard's set, and holy moly donuts. It's kind of like when you're at, when you a festival or something, and an artist, has their big set, and they're just bringing people out left and right. That's what the Mustard set was. Jeez. I mean, just.
And he was playing songs he produced.
Yes. Pretty much only songs he produced. Yeah, like that. That's what he was doing, showcasing what he does.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. He also said that Dela helped him learn how to make beats.
Wow, he was there too.
Yeah.
Some of the photos.
Yeah. Yeah, he came out. He did two songs, I think. Steve Lacy, Tyler the Creator, Dela.
Incredible.
Dom Kennedy. I'm trying to think. It was a lot. And then you have Kendrick come out. And Ambush. No, we won't do this. We will save this. Because it's a story.
Yeah.
I will just say that these people were chanting OV-Ho before he got on stage.
They let him know what they were there for.
Yep.
Ridiculous. Ridiculously
exciting.
good. Yeah, I can't wait to rewatch it.
What was not a birthday present and not exciting for me was to see that Lousiana has decided that they will, make the 10 crap commandments be a part of school.
Louisiana has shown up in our content not too long ago for giving cops a 25-foot ring that citizens are no longer allowed to be within to observe police activity and police conduct and to tape, record, things of that nature. And now they're right back at it with mandating that the 10 Commandments be in their public schools.
In public classrooms. And the thing starts with I am the Lord God, the God, no one above me type thing. And one of the people that proponents of the bill was I'm not concerned with atheists. I'm not concerned with Muslims. This is about showing Christian strength.
Yeah, why doesn't anyone else's religious beliefs matter? This is public school. Public.
Well, but it's America, so we're a Christian nation.
Right.
Which is Christian nationalism is what they're going for.
It's such an easy pushback. I do not understand how this made it free. I really don't.
Separation of church and state. Something like that.
Is this one of those watch your school boards type situation? Is this a decision solely made by the superintendent? It's so confusing.
So confusing.
They use these words like inclusive and making sure everyone is equal, and then you force Christianity blanketed across for everyone. Doesn't matter if you're a Christian or not. Unbelievable.
The legislation mandates that poster-sized displays of the 10 Commandments be placed in classrooms by the start of 2025, accompanied by a context statement highlighting their historical significance in American education.
Unbelievable.
Do keep this in mind, though, for when we get to the Jay-Z story and we're talking about school choice and vouchers, and keep that in mind. Keep in mind what is happening inside of the public schools, because it's a lot.
It's so much. It's so much.
So real quick about my birthday, we have been trying to do a little planning, and I have to apologize to our fiancés who are a part of that planning committee. I have not gone missing, I promise. It has things got easy. We can blame, a lot of things.
Right.
But I'm sorry, I have I think we're probably waiting for me to read something. So I'm going to get on it. We're going to figure it out. Hopefully. Please don't hate me.
I don't think there's any hate out there waiting for you.
Well, I don't know. No one's listening to us. So.
No, P-Town definitely just chimed in.
Oh.
Kenneth, they're coming in right now.
Okay, finally. I was definitely going to say you have not pressed the correct button. I was going to tell Chase on you.
Look at P-Town bringing it in. Fantastic Rising Fiancé. 10 Commandments. I bet they don't even know all 10.
They definitely don't.
That's the thing.
They definitely don't.
I hope the youth weaponize it and throw it back in their faces. P.S. Pool party still on the table.
Yes.
P-Town.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm taking so long. I definitely am going to get on it.
This is great. Kenneth said, the hell does not coveting my neighbor's wife have to do with the education system? Well, Kenneth, yeah, I don't know either.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that text looks great.
That's an invite. But yeah, I don't know.
Nothing. Number one, it has absolutely nothing to do with. And two, this is the thing that they say is happening somewhere that it's not happening. This is the indoctrination that the DEI does, or the fact that there is a Muslim teacher somewhere, or that Wono can't have a gay teacher and a pride flag. You're a groomer now. Like, this is it. This is the biggest threat. And we just pretend like it's not happening and then continue to allow it to gain entrance into the schools. It's almost as if they don't, in fact, care about those founding fathers they continue to chat about. Because, didn't it?
Yeah.
And wasn't it them who...
What I find the most frustrating about these types of activities, if you will, again, like I said, like 6 minutes ago, the pushback is really, really easy. Should be so easy.
Yeah.
And the fact that there isn't is just like, okay, I give up. How, like, on its face, it's the most unfair. You are prioritizing one religion over all.
In a place where there is not supposed to be any religion. In a place. Not supposed to be there. Certainly not supposed to be, like Lauren Boebert told us, that we should be guided by the Bible or something like that. Like, all things, government should be guided by the Bible. God, how is she seriously?
Do y'all know when that book was written? What are you talking? It predates. Do you know what's in the Bible?
She definitely don't.
Ma'am?
Guarantee you that. Not Beetlejuice.
Right.
Not her.
Like, what are we doing here?
I'll tell you that right
Come
now.
Come on. Yeah,
she doesn't know how to have a good time, though. She just be getting caught.
That's the 11th commandment? Thou shalt have a good time.
Thou shalt vape indoors.
Right. But no, Kenneth brings up a really excellent point. Like, you're going to have a kid who is distracted reading the 10 Commandments, and then they're going to raise their hand, and the teacher's going to think they're asking a question based on the lesson being taught in that moment. And that kid's going to be like, what does it mean to covet thy neighbor's wife? And then what does the teacher get to say? Well, we're not discussing that. You have it plastered on the wall.
It's a poster.
Yeah.
It's in all of my classrooms.
You put this in my face as a child. I need to know.
Someone explain it.
There should be law. There should be suits. There should be lawsuits.
There should be laws against this. I feel like.
Come on, man.
There used to be.
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, so today we're going to talk about a few things.
Yeah.
Last night I was like, we should make this our Juneteenth episode.
Mm-hmm.
But if anybody's listening to this and heard me say last night I said that, you can understand that this did not become that. But in local news, pressure busts pipes. Did the Portland Teachers Union fold on one of the some more important stuff? Again? In national news, capitalism, but do it black. Beyonce's husband is at it again, y'all. Just out here. And we talked about this a little bit last week, I think.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do a little more.
Times and fooleries.
And sometimes you gotta pop out and show neighbors. You know? We're gonna talk about that historical concert by one Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. That was quite historical. Quite.
Huge for the West Coast. Huge for the culture.
Yes.
It was really fun to watch the timeline be like, I don't have any idea who these people are right now, but I'm just vibing. And that opening must have been crazy for people who don't listen to or know any of these West Coast artists. I don't know who performed in the beginning, so I don't know if I would have known them either. I am, out of the age range.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. When Can walked in the house last night,
yeah,
we were still really, really high on, the concert. And for a slight second there, I was like, am I supposed to get a Compton back tattoo? I don't know. I mean, then I have to shave my back so they can get to work. But what is happening? Where am's I?
So
wowzers!
Good.
It was so good. It was so good.
So good.
Bob said, "I can't wait until a first grade teacher has to explain to the kids what adultery is." Yeah, me too,
Bob.
Ooh.
I mean, as just the teachers, why? What's the pushback from the teachers? You know what I mean? Like, right. Are they saying hard pass?
Right.
I don't want.
Right. John, very good point. Sounds like a biblical scholar, such as myself. Good morning. Chiming in late. Quick question. Does anyone know how many years passed between Christ and Paul's writing? Literally hundreds. Ooh. This is what we're talking about, guys. That Old Testament, New Testament work. Do you really want to adhere to it? Because I feel like it's a no.
I feel like you definitely don't.
You should be hiding your Bible. So that way you can continue to run this empire the way you've been doing.
Ooh.
You should not be flaunting the Bible as if what you're doing.
One thing is not like the other.
Hello.
Like it's not making a whole lot of sense.
You should be acting like you do not know that thing exists. Instead, you want to force it down people's throats.
Right.
It's wild. It's so wild.
Insane.
Wow.
My word. I would appreciate a music break. It is really hot in here and we got to figure something out.
Got to cool it off.
I
don't know if a music break's a way to cool it off, though. I'll be playing some jams.
It's true. Absolutely true.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Do a quick little music break, and we will be right back. Welcome on back to News of My Fiancé. This is Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush coming to you every Thursday morning, 7:30 to 9:06. Doing the thing, that thing being the news. It's local, it's national, it's international.
Ooh.
All right. P-Town said, also, spectacular birthday.
Thank you.
It's love.
It is. Shout out to Lily, who made me birthday dinner and delivered it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to. This is why this was such an amazing gift. One, Lily is an incredible cook.
Man.
Everything she makes is
everything out of that kitchen is wild.
Yeah. Just chef's kiss.
Whether it's sugar-free, whether it's gluten-free, whether it's all the nothings. Nothing's free. It's just delicious.
All the nothings.
Yeah.
Nothing's free.
Nothing's free. 100%. From the mud.
Oh.
Original recipes.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
No breaks.
So one, that means delicious birthday meal. But two, and this is why sending me and my family food is always going to help me.
Yeah.
I do not love thinking about what to do or make for dinner. I do not love it. I don't like it.
Any parents out there? Anybody got kids? Is that
clap it up.
Is that one of the worst questions to get when you're picking your kid up from school and they hop in the car and you're already tired and it's like, I've had a long day. Happy to see my kid though. And they hop in and you're like, hey, how's your day? Oh, it was okay. What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? I'm sorry. Why are you talking to me about that?
Why are you putting me to work? Oh.
I do not like it. Even if no one asks me. I don't want to have to come up with it. It's not I'm not a strength.
No longer equipped.
I as a person, when I took care of myself, dinner was like food around. Like, I'm not making meals. It was,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And the way that we're working right now and trying to execute certain things, the last thing I want to do, especially with my inability to focus all day, the last thing I want to do is stop what I'm finally getting done to then either figure out what to make or go make it. So that was a humongous gift to not have to think about that dinner. And it was delicious. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to do anything. It showed up to my door.
Bomb.com.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Also, I did do, I don't know if this is an only child thing or a Morgan thing or a Gemini thing or a mix of it all. Crystal, you let me know. But I was doing a little grocery shopping and I bought myself a ice cream cake so that I made sure I had it.
Nice. Oh, thank you for reminding me that there's more ice cream cake at home. It was so good. And people don't understand what an ice cream cake is. That was an ice cream cake. That was cake, layers of cake with layers of ice cream.
Yes.
Not a cake made of ice cream. It was so
good. A cake made of ice cream is
just
ice cream in the shape of a cake.
Hey, guys.
And guess what? I don't want it. It's not, I do not. That is not what I'm talking about. Now, Ambush, I will tell you this. Not the best ice cream cake I've had.
Okay.
It is good.
It's good.
Not the best.
It's good. What could have made it better?
Totally open to another ice cream cake is all I'm saying.
Wait, what could have made it better? Is it the quality of the cake or the quality of the ice cream?
I think I just need a little bit more of both.
Okay,
in
so
this one,
taller,
and less of the
cream,
that icing.
Got you.
That now I'm not a I don't love frosting like that. Like I don't usually like cake. I like ice cream cake. I like pie.
Yeah,
I like crisps. You know, give me an I.
I know you don't like. I just wanted to throw it in there. You're not a scone gal.
You know, Laura Newton used to make, sorry, I just said your whole name on the radio, makes incredible scones. Those are the only scones I've ever had that I'm like, these are worth it. Every other one.
You understood it.
Yeah. Don't want. Anyway, that's not what this show is about.
Right. Unless.
No, I definitely am open to a better, maybe, what do they offer at the Dairy Queen?
Oh, yeah.
What do they offer at a place that does the ice cream cake? A Baskin Robbins, you know?
A Baskin and Robbins.
That's yes.
Yeah. John said, sorry I missed your birthday last week. Happy belated birthday. I was busy celebrating my daughter's birthday in the forest. Nice. A little camping.
I want to know more about the forest.
Yeah, same. Give us more deets.
No worries. It was this week, so you're not even that. It was just a couple days ago.
Yeah, and this would have been your first opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
Because first show during the birthday week.
So
you are not indeed late. I will take your belated back. I will subtract your belated, sir.
Oh, man. Oh, that was fancy. I forgot what I was going to say. Okay. You showed up in the text message, and I was like, whoa, that confused me.
You had a song request. I wanted to make sure I got it lined up.
I do. I have a song request.
Yeah. So I can jump into this next story here.
Yes, please.
Necessary. Big Pimpin' or Big Sellout? Jay-Z's entertainment company, Rock Nation, is spearheading a new educational campaign that claims to aim at transforming the futures of low-income students in Philadelphia. You know, my home region. The Philadelphia Award for Student Success, or PASS. The Pennsylvania Award for Student Success, or PASS, also known as Senate Bill 757, is a legislative initiative designed to increase educational opportunities for underprivileged youth attending some of the state's lowest performing public schools. Rock Nation's involvement will facilitate $300 million in scholarships for students from low-income households to attend private schools in Philadelphia. Rock Nation Managing Director of Philanthropy, Deanna Diaz, expressed the company's deep connection with the Philadelphia community, stating, "We've enjoyed such a special connection with Philadelphians, so we've made it our mission to invest in the long-term success of the city's changemakers." From June 10th through June 21st, Rock Nation will host Dine and Learn events across Philadelphia. These events will provide crucial information about the past program to families and students, helping them understand how they can benefit from these educational scholarships. This initiative is not Jay-Z's first foray into educational philanthropy. Back in 2020, Rock Nation partnered with Long Island University in Brooklyn to launch the Rock Nation School of Music, Sports, and Entertainment. I was unaware of that. And wow. This institution offers undergraduate degrees in fields such as music technology, entrepreneurship, production, and sports management. At its launch, Jay-Z's longtime associate Perez stated, "We're excited that the Rock Nation School of Music, Sports, and Entertainment will provide unique insight, knowledge, and experience for students and introduce the world to the next generation of unmatched talent." Oh, how I've changed. There was a time where I would have been extremely excited to hear about the Rock Nation School of, what are they calling this? Music, Sports, and Entertainment.
Yeah.
But in today, it sounds like the Rock Nation School of Shucking and Jiving.
Oh.
Music, sports, and entertainment. These are all of the industries in which we are currently being super, super exploited. And to that end, always have. To that end, someone will probably say, well, that's more of a reason why we should have these schools. We should have these institutions where, up and coming talent and people who are interested in being in these industries could have a better education on how to navigate it. The problem is the industry, the infrastructure, the actual industry itself is the issue. So what you're doing is training more people to be fodder. Rock Nation is in the position to actually shift and make change within the industry. But instead, you're training more people to be exploited.
Period.
Men alike.
Nah, that's really the sellout portion. When your idea of being helpful, or like you said, there are systemic issues with every industry, and when it comes to sports, music, entertainment, these are truly exploitative industries. There are billionaire owners that believe, the $1 million contracts that folks get are enough.
Right.
Number one, as they put their bodies and their brains on the line. They're what's the word? It's as if they're doing the athletes a favor.
Right.
It's as if, the record execs are doing the artists a favor in their mind. And that is certainly not what is happening. And it is that kind of dynamic that gets people to say, or continue to say things like, well, if there wasn't a billionaire that owned the thing, then there would be no jobs or something.
I want to roll it back to what you were saying, specifically about the athletes in that scenario.
Okay.
Like you said, they're being paid millions of dollars and they're putting their bodies on the line, and they are receiving injuries that are going to have lifetime implications.
Yes.
Right? But you're right. Like the perspective is, but they're making millions of dollars. Okay. But how many billions of dollars is being made
generated
off of them?
Right.
Like,
and
you know me in college. You know me in college sports. I get so upset about it. But the jersey sales alone, like the ticket sales, the posters, the everything. Like
the everything.
Come on.
They've commodified every single piece of it. And now they are commodifying the education. Well, not now. I mean, that's not new.
Yeah.
But Rock Nation dipping their toe into the exploitation and the it's so much more insidious to me because this is founded by and employs many people who come from little to nothing, right?
Yep.
Whose education was a public education that deserved more investment, just like public education today deserves more investment. And here we are, Jay-Z being the face, even if this is not your initiative, right? But you're spearheading it. You are being the person and the company that we know that Black people are already trusting. Black and brown people already are excited to hear about a Rock Nation something, right? There is something to be said about the philanthropy that folks see these rich people doing when it's just a tax haven. And if those rich people just paid their taxes, the investment into our communities would already be there. But they don't want to pay the taxes, but they do want the press of doing something great. But this isn't great. This takes away from public education. This is not a scholarship situation. This is vouchers. This is charter schools. And what we know for certain is charter schools are not held to the same standard. And we also know that not every charter school and not every private school is a great education.
I'm glad you mentioned that too, because it's even worse than charter schools, because some charter schools are publicly run.
Right.
This is private schools. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh.
Which don't have to give you any of their statistics. Don't have to tell you in the same way. No metrics. So they get to just say, we do it better. And if the investment is what it looks like and not in the actual education, is that really what we need to be doing? It's
insidious, guys. It's insidious.
This is going to divert. I'm sorry. It's just going to take money away. These are like, number one, to be clear, this is not Jay-Z's money or Rock Nation's money. This is the Philadelphia taxpayers' money.
Yep.
And this is just a sneakier way to get this voucher program going.
Right.
Because people have been smart enough to say, we don't want that. And now they're like, what's a different way for us to do it? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No. It's insidious. That's the point. You already mentioned it a little bit earlier. Like, guys, I graduated high school in 1994. You know who Jay-Z is to me? What? Do you know the success story? You know what I'm saying? Of Rockefeller Records to Rock Nation? Well, at one point, president of Def Jam. Do you understand? Like, this is nasty work. This is absolutely nasty work.
Dastardly.
And it is dastardly. And I'm not shooting at anyone. There's no bail.
No bail.
No bail. There's no bail.
Revoked.
To have Rock Nation pushing forward right-wing agendas in 20 and 24, the year of our Lord, and want to be celebrated for it, and want to be applauded for it.
Applauded. Look what we're doing for Philly schools.
Right. It's wild. It's so wild.
It's gross. It's gross.
I mean, I've gone through several, cycles of disappointment with older hip hop stars that have just grown to show me that they're terrible people.
Well, you know what I think happens is maybe they, I don't know. They could have been terrible people from the beginning.
It's true. They're definitely making terrible decisions.
But I think it more so, the growth isn't always great. The growth isn't always positive. You know what I mean? And by that, I mean, you're in rooms with
there it is.
People whose agenda is honestly to keep everyone else out.
Yep.
To keep them out and keep them down and keep them working and keep them busting their hump. That's when you begin to be in those rooms and at those lunch meetings and those yacht parties where it's just, insidious little messages. Like, it's just, the education system, they're just not teaching kids anything these days. It goes to, starts, going from that to a whole lot of other right-wing talking points. And when you have gone from nothing to something and you are now a multimillionaire, and Jay-Z's a billionaire now, so that's really cool. When you do that, the conversations are different, the people are different, the agendas are different. And when we start to see them do those agendas, it's like, hey, don't be fooled. But also, we need to take into account that they very well are not being fooled.
Right. When you're walking into these rooms and the door closes behind you, you should be concerned about who's on the other side of that door. Who you just leave behind to get into this room?
Hello.
And why are they protecting the room this way? Why is this a closed meeting? Why should no one hear and have access to what these grand designs are? You'll be led to believe that they just don't understand. And what we're doing is we're making choices on their behalf. You'll hear all types of things that make it seem like some altruistic things are taking place. And it's just not it. This is exploitation, period. Jay-Z is being exploited, and he is also exploiting people, period. He is a cog, and it's nasty.
He is a class traitor.
Nasty
is
work.
What he is.
Yeah, nasty work. We just recently got news that the Versus battle.
Oh, more class trading.
Yeah, is going to be coming back. Anyone familiar with Versus? Versus was a Instagram live show where you had artists
born of the pandemic,
where artists would go head to head with each other playing our catalogs, and it really blossomed and grew into a whole separate situation. It was in venues. It was, produced very, very well. It was amazing. And part of that growth was it being sold and pulling in partners. Now it is back under complete Black ownership between Swizz and Timbaland, and they announced it yesterday. Happy Juneteenth. Versus is back Black owned and will be distributed on X. They posted a photo with themselves and Elon Musk and said Happy Juneteenth. I do not understand what world that I'm existing in where my heroes are conducting themselves in such a manner.
Big ugly.
Super
ugly.
Pun intended. Swizz is getting torn apart in his comments. I don't follow Timbaland ever since he said the really creepy stuff about Aaliyah. So I don't know what his comments are looking like. But Swizz is
I don't even know what you're talking about, and I don't want to right now.
Yeah, it's just
I'm not.
Okay. Please. Don't meet your heroes or follow them on social media.
Well, in all honesty, they're awful at this point. There's no reason to hear them talk outside of what What do we say? Shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble. I don't want to hear you outside the booth. Brooks said, "Good morning," and Jay is out of touch or in touch with his new class.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's not our Jay.
It's ugly to see, but it does. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense in the way of the rooms he's in. It makes sense in the way of capitalism. I mean, he is a very proud capitalist.
Yeah.
Doesn't understand, why that word is like a bad word now, when really that's all we ever wanted to be, wasn't it? Rich. Yeah.
We wanted to be unoppressed. That's what we were striving
Unoppressed.
for. Okay. That's what we were striving for.
And certainly money does not equal freedom.
No. Clearly.
Because look what you're doing.
Hey,
Ambush, I would love a music break.
Okay.
And I don't know which story we'll do when we get back. It is a mixed bag today.
It is quite the mixed bag. All
Give me
right.
something good, though.
Okay. All right. I'm going to attempt to pull that off.
You want more views from Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush?
You know you do.
Then I suggest tuning in to News with My Fiancé sister show, Views with My Fiancé. Just look up Views with My Fiancé on your favorite podcatcher app. Do it!
For real.
Absolutely fabulous. That was such a good request.
Give me the Paramore version of everything.
Right. Paramore, the cover.
Haley! Be my bestie. She is my bestie in my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of many, I'm sure. But we were having a conversation last night. And Can said, I just can't listen to him the same now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't hit the same. And that him being Drake.
Yeah.
And we talked about this just really briefly of like that being exposed is one thing. Being exposed and then the way that Drake doubled down, tripled down on so many of all the things went over his head.
Yeah. All of them.
All the things. And he responded to important and truthful critiques of his behavior, as an aggrieved white man.
He said Kendrick is rapping like he's trying to free the slaves. And he put that on a rap song.
He put it on a rap song
Wow.
as if he was saying that's a bad thing.
Right. In the middle of a rap diss battle.
Beef battle.
Beef battle. Like, oh, I got one. Wait till they get a load of this line.
It's absolutely amazing to me.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing to me.
757s over his head. The blue ain't
Jumbo jets.
Jumbo jets. Also, welcome back to News with My Fiancé with Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush. Right here on X-Ray FM. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of the conversation. John definitely shot us a photo of the time they spent out in the forest.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Incredible.
With his daughter. Look at that.
Wow.
Man, that's gorgeous.
That is gorgeous.
Man.
That had to be so nice. What
Guys,
was the temperature like, John?
Yeah, right? Ooh, good question. Guys, I'm going to let you in on a little something. Our family has a new obsession.
Oh.
It's a new show. It's an old show.
It's a new
show to us. Because they're, 12 seasons in? And it's called Homestead Rescue. And let me tell you something.
Whoa, boy.
This is a show.
Whoa, boy.
Homestead Rescue is amazing.
We have Marty.
Yes.
We have Matt. We have Misty.
Wait, this is the first time I realized they were all M's?
That must be the first time you realized it.
Oh. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. All right.
Keep it to yourself. The Rainies.
The Rainies.
I hope they're not terrible people.
Yeah.
I hope we don't find out that they're like awful.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
But we are. We don't homestead.
No.
We do not plan to homestead.
No, we have no intentions to live off the grid in that manner.
But I am fascinated with the fact that people want to do that. They
sell all their belongings to do it.
Everything they've ever owned. They cash out every single account and move to
these desolate areas.
Just
desolate areas.
And buy, hundreds of acres of land or we'll just start small.
Yeah.
A bunch of these places like 20 acres, 30 acres. I say start small. That's humongous.
Right. But they're paying like $100,000.
But it's like $100,000 and you have like 5 cabins on the property or something.
Right.
Now, those cabins are awful.
Yeah. There's no infrastructure.
Like you're going to have to redo all those cabins, probably. But so many of these places don't have water or they don't have like any sort of irrigation system. So it's just like once it rains, you're just stuck with the mud.
Yeah.
And it's like, did you ask any of those questions about like maybe the water, like where does it come from or how do you get it? Do you ask that before you buy it? Is this buying it online?
The show is so good. Speaking of online, there was an episode where this couple learned everything about homesteading from YouTube.
During the pandemic.
Oh
my gosh. Oh my gosh. They were like the pandemic. I learned everything. I got right in there. YouTube University.
And let me tell you something. When they mean everything, they learned nothing.
Zero. They watched an entertaining show on YouTube of people doing the work, and then they didn't even try and do it. This is what I mean by this is fascinating to me. It's like
completely fascinating.
The people that go on Survivor, but they can't make fire, and you have to make fire in order to win.
And they're like, I've watched seasons of Survivor. I'm big Survivor
so
fan.
Good at this. I've been watching Survivor since I was born. The amount of people that say that are, and I'm new to this. I never watched Survivor as in the past.
Nah, never. Word to Brianna.
But now, yes, I'm stuck. And shout out to Jeff. He's way to make a way for yourself. I guess I don't know.
I can't tell you how many times I've almost worked in. I got nothing for you. Go home. I got nothing for you. Go back to camp.
Get your stuff and go.
Go.
You lost.
But
what are you doing?
Yeah, these shows they're captivating. They've got us locked in because first off, this family is really, really good in making something out of nothing. They really understand the different terrains and places where they're working. They understand the environments, and they're educating these families as they're trying to help them with their homesteads. And it's really, really amazing to see them transform some of these properties. It's
absolutely
so good, and they have great chemistry too.
And they're just like their own personalities are so different that it's a nice switch up. Like you've got the dad who has raised his kids this way, and they've always been homesteading, and so they know how to do all this stuff, and they fell trees and they do their own lumber and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So you've got the son who is like the hunting expert. And that's the other thing. These people go out to places where they can't, you're 45 miles outside of somewhere, And then you're like, no, I don't own any weapons. I don't hunt.
I have no intentions on killing any animals.
I just couldn't do that. I'm raising pigs, but those are my pets.
Speaking of which, don't know if you caught this episode.
Probably not. This is such a mess.
One of the homesteading families The father is a YouTuber who has hundreds of homesteading videos, but does not know how to homestead.
So what are his videos of?
Right. It's like he created a homestead studio.
Oh.
To produce the content, but his homestead is failing because he does not know how to live off the grid.
The things.
They're still hitting the supermarket.
So that's that. Thank you. The amount of people that are like driving 80, 90 miles a day round trip to go to the grocery store. In what regard are you off the grid?
Right.
This is not a part of our show today. This is not news. I'm sorry, but
it's news to me.
I'm a big fan of this show now.
It's such a good show. We did not expect it.
It really is fascinating to see people be like, I want to have a garden, but I don't know how. But you moved to the middle of nowhere and said you wanted to be self-sustaining, and then you don't do it, and you send your husband to the store every day. Like there was a people that were getting 20 gallons of water every day because there was no water there. But in order to like actually sustain that homestead for two people, they would need 50 gallons of water a day.
Right.
Like, just at what point?
There was one woman
who is selling this land, who's asking the question, where's the water coming from?
Right. There was a woman that was like, okay, I want to have a garden. And she's talking to Misty from the show about it.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is where I want my garden. And it was like slanted land, completely covered with trees.
Totally covered in shade.
And Misty's like, yeah, so this isn't graded properly. You can't grow a garden on a tilt. And there's no sun coming here. And the woman was like, but this is where I want it. It was like, I need you to go back. You sound like you were on the HOA. I need you to go back to the city because this ain't
man, fascinating.
Oh my gosh,
fascinating!
Such a great show. Sorry, guys, but it's such a great show.
And they're in places where there are real predators, like bears and mountain lions, and like all sorts of scary predators.
Yeah,
but they have no idea how to deal with it. Or their livestock, if they have any, are just getting picked off.
Yeah, to be clear, this isn't like the cut scenes in Naked and Afraid and Survivor where they cut and they show you the predators that are in the same region. Like, you don't see these predators come out and like come from behind the camera and surprise people on like Survivor. You don't see that.
Right.
On this show, there are animal tracks on their front doorstep.
Right.
Like
bear claw things on the...
No, this is all real life things happening to them. Real time. And it's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a text that says, utterly shocked by this weird show recommendation and love it. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Brooke, you got to check it out. She's out. Absolutely check it out.
I was hooked by the first episode.
I have chills right now for no reason. This show is so good.
It's so fun to watch.
Oh,
it's so fun. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't have a better word for it, so I'm just sorry. I'll stop repeating myself.
All right. Season 1, guys. Hop in. It's on HBO. It's on Max.
I wonder if it's on other stuff too. It probably is.
Yeah, probably.
I think they're all like every streaming service is owned by the big companies
3
now.
Yeah.
You know, like
they're just pushing content around.
It's just all the same. Like, why, if you have the Prime, can you watch this, but you can't watch that? But if you watch it on Hulu, you can. But if you watch,
Hulu Stars and yeah.
Anywho,
yeah, let's do the Portland teacher story.
Let's do it. I'm on it.
Okay,
maybe. I'm looking for it. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay. So Pat removes advocacy for Palestinian lives because this just in, facts do actually care about your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
The Portland Association of Teachers has decided to remove controversial lesson plans advocating for Palestinians from their website. This decision follows weeks of intense debate and backlash. The lesson plans, which had encouraged students to pray for Palestinians and referred to Zionist bullies, sparked significant controversy within the community. Critics, including many from Portland's Jewish community, labeled the materials as anti-Semitic and argued that they violated the principles of secular public education. In response to the feedback, the union's leadership voted to remove the links to these teaching materials and to temporarily pull down an advocacy guide titled Know Your Rights, Teaching and Instructing for Palestine Within Portland Public Schools. The union plans to revise this guide and potentially repost an updated version in the future. The decision comes after a series of events that have roiled the Portland education community. I don't know what just happened there. Blah, blah, blah. In early June, some teachers began circulating flyers calling for a vote of no confidence in the union's leadership. Critics argued that the union should focus on local educational issues such as pay increases and class sizes rather than international political advocacy. David Goldstein, a teacher at Robert Gray Middle School, expressed his concerns about the impact of the materials on Jewish students and staff. Goldstein emphasized the need for the union to apologize and take steps to prevent similar incidents in the future, calling the environment created by the materials completely unacceptable. Additionally, community activist and Portland City Council candidate Sam Sachs,
that old Samuel Sachs,
reported the union to the Oregon Department of Justice's bias response hotline, arguing that Jewish students felt targeted and unsafe. Sachs also criticized the Portland School Board for not condemning the union's actions. The union initially removed the links on June 4th, but reposted them the next day to a less visible spot on their website. However, the materials were removed again over the past weekend. Union President Angela Bonilla has yet to comment publicly on this latest development. In early June, she defended the materials, stating that they were not anti-Semitic, but were intended to support educators in teaching the often overlooked Palestinian perspective. In a related development, District 3 City Council candidate Jesse Cornett, who was recently endorsed by the teachers union, has called for the removal of the phrase "from the river to the sea" from official union settings. Cornett emailed unit president Angela Bonilla expressing concern that the phrase, often seen on clothing distributed at union events, can incite violence and be interpreted as a call for the extermination of Jews. Cornett's email emphasized the need to address the impact of the phrase, which has been linked to Hamas and its usage in the union's advocacy. He stressed that while some see it as a call for Palestinian liberation, it is widely regarded as hate speech. Cornett urged the union to stop using the phrase to avoid causing fear among students, parents, and community members.
Some see it as a call for Palestinian liberation. It is widely regarded as hate speech. It's the exact opposite of that. It's flip the ratio. You're out here telling lies. Okay. Some regard it as hate speech. It's widely regarded as a call for Palestinian liberation.
Right. Text says, okay, Robert Gray School is mostly Jewish students in a well-known Portland Jewish neighborhood. True. And also,
right.
Another text real quick. Are you guys actually engaged? Sorry, dumb question. Not a dumb question. And yes, we are.
We are indeed.
We are indeed fianced.
Yes.
Okay, so a few things. It is troubling to me. It is a red flag. Anytime someone says, don't focus on that thing over there, focus on the local things, especially when those people were like, when they were focusing on those things, they said, focus on the students. Like now all of a sudden you want to talk about class sizes and pay increases, but you didn't want to talk about that when they were needed to strike. It wasn't the time to talk about that, right? It was the time to talk about our students. It was the time to talk about their education and how this would impact them in the long run. Now it's time to talk about that, I guess, because a global crisis, because we have to be for real. This is the way that people are still responding to this many months in, this many lives lost needlessly, but very purposely. The way that people are still responding, this is the, if you needed a sign, if you needed to know, this is not a complicated issue.
At all.
It doesn't actually matter how many times someone tells you how complicated it is. Sit with what the facts are. One, humongous, tremendous power. One, none. Under occupation. This is not complicated. The government of Israel has occupied the Palestinian land and Palestinian people for so long that it is normal. Around the world, it is normal. It doesn't make you blink. It didn't make you, in however many years you have known about this. What has happened?
It's so normal that for so many people, this started on October 7th.
Oh, 1,000%.
That's how normal Palestinian oppression has been.
The idea that we're still referencing, I mean, honestly, sit with that. The fact that right now someone is on CNN or MSNBC saying, we need to really go back to October 7th and take a look at that. What was Hamas really, how could they commit that atrocity and expect no retaliation?
You're a chump for that, Bakari Sellers.
Oh, God, Lord. It is, it's hard to fathom that this is where we are still, but it isn't when you understand white supremacy. And that's what this is. And this is what I hear when you switch, when you take, certain phrases for liberation, and you make those be the racist or anti-Semitic things that we're not going to be able to talk about that. Where have we seen that before? Where have we seen the weaponization? You're talking about the harm that could be caused to students by saying that Palestinians are people too.
What about the Palestinian students, Sam Sachs?
Why are we okay with making sure we take care of one and not the others? Why? Because to be clear, this is not we need to make sure that we are being inclusive.
Right.
This isn't some woke agenda. Calling a call for liberation, a call for extinction or extermination of the Jews is just preposterous. But we've already seen multiple people lose their jobs years ago for that exact phrase. The reason why is because white supremacy will not allow us
there it is.
to care for the brown people there because their land is too valuable. Their lives are not.
It's very telling that to discuss one people's liberation
Being
to the oppressors being right.
Sorry.
Their liberation means our death. So you're saying over your dead bodies, they will be liberated.
I mean, sit with it.
Yeah.
Their liberation means our death. And it isn't their liberation means our death because they are going to then kill us because they are liberated. Right. There is this idea. I'm sorry. There's this idea that is a complete and total false narrative of they're going to come back and get us.
Boom.
They just want to do this to us.
Yep.
And they don't even understand, they being the Israeli government and Zionists who are here for this, don't even understand the self-report that is.
Right.
You don't even understand that you're saying, I am willfully oppressing these people. And I don't want to be.
Because otherwise they'll come back and get us. Like there's a very short line to be drawn between the solidarity between Black people and Palestinians. And that's like a really, really great example for people to understand why that exists. we're constantly being oppressed and constantly facing that very same sentiment. Oh, you just want to do this back to us. Oh, well, if you guys had the opportunity, you would. No one desires to be that. No one desires to be that. It's unnatural. It's not. It goes against progress. It goes against humanity. Like, no one wants to do that. That is not a desire.
It goes against evolving. It goes against living. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And how do you not immediately hear those fathers of the Confederacy saying, well, they're just going to come and try and do this to us? How do you not hear it?
Malcolm said, I distinctly remember my grade school and high school textbooks talking about Zionism and Golda Meir in a favorable light, while not once mentioning anything of Palestinians.
Exactly that, Malcolm. Hi, Malcolm. Exactly that. We are, and tell me what the difference there is. Tell me what the difference is between talking about Zionism in a favorable light and pilgrims in a favorable light.
Woo. That part.
Making, very little mention, if any, of the humanity of the indigenous people to this land, right? It is this Disney story of these folks showed up and were welcomed to a great meal. Welcomed to the land. And whoopsie doodles just decided to hand it over.
Yeah. You guys take better care of the land than we ever have.
Actually, I don't even want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
We're going to keep moving west until we're...
I mean, when you put them aside, what's the difference? Because the genocide happens both columns here.
Right.
I'm missing the difference. And if you're out here advocating for the a Zionist agenda in public schools, and then to say something different would go against religion in schools, like, I'm sorry, excuse me, what do you mean?
Right.
Because you absolutely have to stop conflating the Jewish religion with Zionism.
Yeah.
And this is something that the old Hasidic Jews that are out there, anti-Zionist at every single protest that they've been doing this, they've been in all over that is one of their biggest things. Like, this has nothing to do with our religion.
Right.
This has absolutely nothing to do.
This ain't us.
This is actually antithetical to our religion. This is not what we do.
This is the government.
And not in my name will you do this. Not in the name of something that is something that I hold dear to me. I understand that for a lot of folks, it is tough to get that this is also white supremacy. This is also full-blown ethnic cleansing, because this is in the Middle East and people get confused. And they're brown Israelis,
Right.
Again, I say, this is not a complicated issue. There is one group with all the power and one being absolutely decimated. And if you ever go back to, well, I mean, really, we need to, or do you condemn what happened on October 7th? Red flag.
Yeah.
We're talking about tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of people gone, right? 50,000 gone. A population literally being ripped apart, displaced for the people that are still alive, and nowhere to return to. And you're talking about that, in comparison, handful of people And I don't mean to sound like I'm diminishing those lives lost, that violence that happened. But I also am a person who does not believe that liberation comes without violence. And I don't think that you can in any way talk about that particular violence as moving the needle when you have violently oppressed a people for 75 years.
Yeah. Decades on decades.
And now you get to do let's go to October 7th. Not even a little bit.
This just in about October 7th. I don't know if you guys caught this in the news earlier this week, that the Israeli military were aware and had even more details about what was to happen on October 7th. They were aware that Hamas was doing military exercises on that border with the intention of kidnapping 200 to 250 hostages. Like, they have all of this information. They, instead of canceling the music fest, they extended for an additional day.
Yeah, and they didn't do that attack yet. We should probably give them another chance.
So I was listening to a content creator, shout out to Hassan, and someone said, do you think it's a conspiracy or they were part of planning this? And he said, no, I think it's just hubris. I think they think so little of the Palestinians that they completely disregarded all of the intelligence they had that this was about to happen.
Yep.
Completely disregarded it.
Fully agree there.
Yeah. It's
and it's I think it's more than hubris, because I do think that it's purposeful.
Yeah.
I think that
it was an opportunity for them.
It's an opportunity for them.
For sure.
They're like, oh, you gonna do an attack? Oh, fantastic. Give us a reason to fight. Give us a reason to fight loud. Give us a reason to do this. And when the cameras come, we can say, that's fine. Be here.
Yep.
They attacked us. What do you want us to do? Sit here and take it? I mean, honestly, what is there to discuss?
Bruh.
The fact that we are still funding this, the fact that we are still completely involved, and you have people that are running for city council. It's funny to me, Ambush, because in many of the things that we have been a part of, we hear people in the audience say, we don't care about this. Talk about our local issues. Why are you talking about Palestine? Liberation is inherently interconnected with people that are oppressed. So I am always going to want to hear how that occupation and now that ethnic cleansing is impacting you as someone who says they want to take care of people and should be in charge. It's imperative that I know how you feel about that, because it absolutely speaks to how you will feel about us. It absolutely speaks to how you will look at the oppression of people in this country, in your jurisdiction, in your community.
Yep.
You're missing it. So yeah, I want to know if you're missing it or if you're about something, because all of the talk in the world is going to be like, I'm here for my constituents and I can't wait to make it better. And we're going to get the homeless people off the street and fentanyl out of this country. And you're not going to do any of that. Number one, you're not going to do any of it. It's not even in your interest.
Not even in your interest. Not even close.
And it absolutely, for sure, isn't in your interest if you can't see the link. If you can't see what it means for a government to decimate a people and be rewarded for it, be supported for it, and people losing their jobs, losing their livelihoods for saying Palestinian people are people? Be for real for once. For once. I absolutely wish that Pat would not have caved on that. And I understand why they do. I understand why you have to coalesce around certain things. But I wish that they wouldn't have. Because this is what happens.
Yeah. They keep pushing.
You get somebody in there who is going to take a stand, who is going to do something about these things, and then they just get worn down. You make it impossible for a person to do their job and care about people. Like, imagine saying you have no confidence in your union leader because they care about Palestinian people. Because that plight, even talking about it, even bringing that part of it up in the conversation is just too much, huh? I mean, think this through. That is the world, right? The world saying, absolutely not. We're going to pay zero attention to this. We're not even going to deal with it. It's not a genocide. There's no apartheid. There's none of that happening. And someone says, hey, guys, actually, these bad things are happening. And these people that it's happening to are people. And so how about we talk about all affected, all impacted? And the response is absolutely not. The response is to do more oppressing. Be for real.
The Sudanese people, the Congolese people, the Palestinian people's freedom and liberation is a non-negotiable. It's just non-negotiable. Nothing to talk about here. Because if you can explain to me why certain people need to be free and other people don't need to be free, and you can do that with your chest, stand on that. But that's where we differ. Yep. That's it.
But you also won't do it.
Yeah,
so.
Of course not. So since you can't and since you won't, put the mic down, back away, go do something else.
Play jacks.
Yeah. Play jacks, go wash your car. Something else, please. Woo! Thank you, Morgan Jones. Gave us that keep the people going. Gave them what they tuned in for.
I get so angry.
It's just ridiculous
that we will never stop saying this either. None of us are free until we're all free. That means all. There is no, but except for you. Except for them.
Right.
And not you either. All. That includes the bad people. That includes the folks that are against that. It includes them.
Right.
And I'm not going to pretend like I know what freedom looks like. But I know that
no, this ain't it.
We don't have it and they don't have it. I know that. And I know that in order for us to continue to do this thing called life on this planet, all of this got to be different.
Right.
All of it. And fast. You know, it's not, we've done it the wrong way for so long that sounds completely insane to say that we have to change it. But downhill fast right now.
Yeah.
The amount of fallout from this level of genocide is astronomical, and it is going to ripple across the world. And when we get a bunch of refugees and you're like, close the border, I'm going to bring you right back here and go, what about?
Right. Thank you, everyone that texts. We try to get as many texts as we could in during the show, but Kyle will make sure those are added to the episode description. The playlist for the songs played on this episode is already updated. I got ahead of the game, did my job. And you know how we do, man. Don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits, power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye.